Good morning, Lion Nation. Big news for students right here at Salem High School. Through partnerships with Ivy Tech Community College, students now have the chance to graduate with a high school diploma and a free college degree before they even step onto a college campus.
Students can choose from several degree pathways, including general studies, information technology, education, and health sciences. These early college programs allow students to earn an associate's degree, completely tuition-free.
This incredible opportunity can save families thousands of dollars and help students finish a bachelor's degree up to 2 years sooner.
School counselors recommend interested students start planning as early as freshman year to stay on track.
For more information, visit the Salem High School Guidance Office or check the academic page on the school website.
Salem High School, helping students build a brighter future, one credit at a time.
Stand for the Pledge of Allegiance, please. Are you ready, JD? Okay. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. All right. Good evening, everyone. Yes. Okay. Before we start the meeting, I verify that there's a quorum here this evening, and we are going to start with the Science Club presentation.
So my name is John Calhoun. I teach science at Salem High School. And I want to clarify, this is the Science NFFA presentation. He can sit there if he wants to. It doesn't matter.
Hop on up there. Yeah, and the environment.
Yeah, well, we're here for two reasons. One, we would like to share with you some of our successes about the Envirothon team from last year and give you a little prelude to what they're going to do this year. That team has been run by Seth Perley for the last 30 years or so, right? 23, and we finish. I'm very proud to report, and Seth can tell you better exactly, but we finished in the top 2 or 3 in the state every year, and we've won the state before. And so this fine young man is Donovan Zinzer. He's going to head our team this year, and the goal is to make it to nationals. And so what I want to share with you, though, is some information about his presentation last year at the state competition, because he approached, over the years, Seth's team has come to the science department for help along the way with some of the topics, and last year they approached us about some of the projects that we have done on the 60 acres that's north of the elementary school. And so we shared with them some of the information that we have done, and then they put together a plan, and I want them to share that plan with you. In case you're not familiar, the school corporation bought about 20 years ago, about 60 acres north of the elementary school. Initially, it became a soccer field. That was in the very early days, wasn't it, Tom, of our soccer program. We put a cross-country course on there, had somebody bale the hay, and the science department thought, you know what, we've got some nesting birds and some pollinators out here. Why don't we try to do something outdoor education-wise with this land? And so superintendent at the time happened to be Dr. Lynn Reed, and she put together a committee from the USDA office, Sycamore Land Trust, school board members, teachers, and we developed a plan and started to implement different projects through the Science Club and to the FFA to help develop this land with some variety of things, starting with something that Mr. Gooden has shown interest in, chestnut trees. And we have a nice planting of chestnut trees out on our property. We have 17 acres of warm season grasses. We have probably around 1,000, maybe 1,500 more trees besides the chestnut trees. Butterfly plots. We have a rain garden. And of course there's a pond out there, which we've had to do some work on the dam. So over the past 15 or so years, I have helped guide the science department and the kids to do different projects like this. And it's been very, very educational. It's been very, very beneficial. And of course, as you know from a couple months ago, I'm not going to be around next year. And so this young man is here to show you some things which our school corporation might consider, because what they had to do for their program, and again, stop me if I'm wrong, they developed a plan for a forestry project or for a forestry plot. So they chose our 60 acres, and they've developed what's called a management plan, because, and all of you are landowners in some way, I'm sure, there's always something to do, isn't there? You know? And this 60 acres is no different than that. It's got a lot of successes out there, lots of really cool things that have gone on. Our students have done fabulous work over the years, but there's also things that need to be done still, and there will always be things that need to be done. And so what we'd like to talk about tonight, he's going to do most of the talking, is managing this acreage, and he's got a little PowerPoint to go with it, okay? Mm-hmm. And this was developed by him and his team last year. As you can see, their names up on the board. So I'm going to turn it over to Donovan Zinzer, one of our fine juniors at Salem High School.
All right, thank you. So our presentation that we did at Envirothon again was a management plan, and it kind of outlines what things we are planning on doing to help improve the field in different ways. So Indiana Envirothon, to start, is a competitive learning FFA competition, and also they include science clubs, not in FFA, but it has high school age students testing their knowledge of environmental resources, including soil, water, forestry, wildlife, and various current environmental issues that change every year. The subjects such as forestry, renewable energy, and other different things. And this year's current issue is point source pollution, and that's what our project is going to be based off of this year. So Envirothon got its start in Pennsylvania in 1979, and it got its start through different soil and water conservation districts, and they had built kind of a competition to help different people learn through that. And the program eventually changed its name to Envirothon, and teams in Pennsylvania, Ohio, Massachusetts, that area were able to continue, and they had a team from Canada as well in 1992, and Indiana started participating in 1992 as well. So today, Envirothon continues to grow. In 2025, 51 teams in high school go to the national competition, and each year, Envirothon is able to influence more than 500,000 young people, high schoolers, across the country. And they are able to add good impacts wherever they go. Indiana recently added a new region to the contest because there was so many people joining and wanting to participate. So these are the regions. We're in the South Central region, right?
Bedford.
Yeah, so our regional contest is in Bedford, and they have a bunch of different other regions to divide it up, and they have the top 3 teams from each region go to the state competition. So at the regional contest, what we practice and try to go for is we have 5 stations with guest speakers from different organizations like the Soil and Water Conservation District and NRCS, and they give a presentation over each of the 5 topics, which is forestry, soils, water, wildlife, and current issue, and we are able to learn more about that topic each year when we go back. And then the state contest is similar, but we have written tests as well, and we get to do our presentation that you'll kind of see the slides over, and we have a hands-on test as well. And it is a lot harder than the regional contest, but overall they're pretty similar. So Envirothon has impacted Salem FFA in a very positive way. So we've had a lot more community involvement with our organizations and different people in the area, which is very important for community outreach. We've had lots of good public relations with those organizations, and just like this, we have good public speaking opportunities through many of our different presentations and practices, and we get to have an increased knowledge of environmental issues and just have good practice learning and knowing what is going on in our area. And we get to have career choices. For example, we've had some people go higher on education, partly being inspired by Envirothon things.
There's a slide. It's got some of our members that's gone on.
Okay. And we have good friendships. We get to build bonds with different people that we might not have met before. So there's lots of positive things that this has brought to the Salem FFA. So Salem FFA has started doing Earth Day presentation with the Soil and Water Conservation District at the elementary school for 3rd grade every year. And we get to bring trees and we make a presentation, and the 3rd graders get really excited about it, and it's a good positive experience to teach them kind of about what we're doing and what they can do to have a good impact. So these are some pictures of the Earth Day presentation. Smokey the bear comes and we hand out trees, and they enjoy it a lot. So some public relations. Due to having to do a presentation, we have to work with people in our community and develop our presentation with their help. So we have worked with state and local political figures such as state representatives.
Yep.
And we have worked with our NRCS, Soil and Water Conservation District, agriculturalists, Purdue Extension, science teachers, and a bunch of other different people. And it's been pretty cool being able to work with everybody to accomplish a goal. So this is the career career choices that some of the people have gone to. So my sister, Ira Sensor, is going to Franklin for a degree in ecology and conservation, and Megan Crecelius is a forest ecologist for Indiana DNR. Zion Dunaway is finishing at Purdue University with a forestry degree. Hunter Humphrey is a park ranger. Chloe Sabins works at State House as intern helping make policies. So all of these people have been impacted by Salem FFA and Envirothon, and it has greatly impacted their lives in a positive way. So some of the friendships that Envirothon has been able to help build is students have been able to create connections from all over the state when we go to the state contest. And the 5 members that had the opportunity to participate in the national contest made many connections with students from all over the country and still talk with some of them today. And this is pictures from the state, regional, and national contests that we've been to with our Envirothon teams. So these are some of the student what was that?
Go ahead. Just talk about what your experiences with it and what you've done.
Oh, okay. So overall, I've had a really great experience. When I first started, I wasn't really for sure what it was, and Seth kind of explained it, and it ended up being a really cool thing to do, to be able to get involved with the community and learn how we can improve the school. And overall, it was really good. We got to learn how to do better at public speaking, presentation skills. We got to study and make presentations. And part with Mr. Calhoun, we got to work on the science field with Science Club, and we got to learn just management practices for upkeeping land, and we got to do some cool things like prescribed burns and planting trees, and it's been a pretty fun experience, and I'm excited for this upcoming year and get to do it again. So it's a pretty good experience.
You want to talk a little bit about the last year's project? I don't know if we can get the slides up or not.
Yeah. So our project last year, the topic, it was about forestry management, and we were able to kind of analyze what we had at the field, show on the map where we had planted trees, what trees there were, and what management practices we were doing. Some of them were controlling invasives, which is probably the biggest one with the calorie pears, and we kind of explained how we were going to try to continue doing that throughout the years with help of our local forester, Nate Kaknevich, and we got to be able to show that we've actually been doing stuff with our field rather than just having like a theoretical thing that some schools might have had to do, because we have a really great opportunity, and that was very helpful in our presentation, is that we're able to show that we're doing stuff hands-on and being able to outreach with our community. And in our presentation, we had to make a 25 and 50-year plan of what we want to see out of our field, and we're able to show some management practices that we want to continue to do to be able to get the best results out of the property. And some of those were, again, continuing invasive control, whether that be with the calorie pears, mustard weed, and other invasives, which is going to have to be a continual thing. And another method is planting trees. Keeping different trees planted in different areas can help benefit different parts of the land, and it can help benefit a lot of different wildlife throughout the area. And our 55 and 25-year plan just was a combination of all those different things to show what we can do through help with our community to help continue and let that field prosper.
So I'd like to apologize because I think I must have sent the wrong, or not the entire slides sent to JD. So I apologize for that, because that was part of what he was going to talk about. But I will step in and say that right now Dr. Gooden and I are already in communication about planting more trees, especially in an area that the school's been working on behind the football field. We're in constant work with the naturalist and Megan Crecilius and the forester Nathan Kaknavich, who are both graduates of Salem High School, who working with us and helping plan things. Part of the reason why we're able to do this, by the way, is because the school corporation rents 17 acres out to Cornerstone Farms, and each year they farm that and donate their profits back to the Science Club and the FFA. It's been a really great benefit, and we hope that that relationship continues, because it's a wonderful working relationship that allows Mr. Perlee with the FFA and myself with the Science Club to be able to do lots and lots of things that we're not able to do otherwise. I want to go ahead and then offer to each of you just the fact that if anybody's interested in learning more about the land and what we have done over the years, I'll be glad to take, and Donovan will go with me too, I'm sure, take anybody out and show you a little bit more about some of the possibilities and some of the ideas. And again, I apologize. I thought I'd included some of those slides in the presentation, but I hope that would be something that if you would be interested in, just let me know, and I can go out and show you whatever you'd like to see, what we've done, and then have Donovan maybe show you some things about what best management practices might be for the future for the plot.
I appreciate that. I mean, what a great relationship between the Science Club, the FFA, and partnering.
Well, we share a lot of kids over the years. That's the wonderful thing about teaching at Salem is that it doesn't matter what activity it is. We've got great kids, and we have to use them all and to do different things.
And in those public speaking skills, you learn to adapt, improvise, and overcome when something doesn't show up. So,
adapt and overcome.
right?
You'll be a good school teacher someday.
No.
What's your question, Tom?
So with the last year's project, did you submit a 25 and 50-year plan? Was that the project last year?
Yeah, we presented that plan. It was a 12-minute presentation, and we also made kind of like a diorama of the field, and we were able to explain and show them what we were planning on doing. So.
And we can send that to you. Can't we, Seth? Someday. Yes.
Yeah.
We'll find it and send it.
I don't know. I think
Okay.
it was like
That would be
3D.
Yeah, it is cool. Like I said, it was almost all done by kids. They did a great job of researching, talking to professionals, seeing what we have, using what they know, and so.
Nathan's on the advisory committee at Purdue for
Yes.
plan management. And stuff.
Yes, he is. Yeah, he's a great alum. Let's put it
Right.
that way. He
Right.
does a lot of good stuff for us, and
Other than being a Purdue graduate.
yeah.
Sorry,
Not
Jennifer.
worse
Sorry, Jennifer.
characteristics.
When they go out and they plant the trees, okay, so the students are doing the planting themselves, correct?
Oh yeah.
Okay,
Uh-huh.
and then going and watering them every day, is this like a,
Well, we try to plant when we don't have to water every day, like in the springtime. So yes, but we do take care of things, and they do go back and revisit.
I think it's
But it is a
fantastic.
natural
Yeah.
area, so it isn't a landscaped area. It's more of a natural area. So yes, like I said, we started off with 100 chestnut trees. We have 70 some still out there, but that's pretty natural, And so we try to make an environment because if you like wildlife, you could sit out there quietly and you can see lots of wildlife, and it served its purpose. It really has in the scientific standpoint anyway, as far as being a pollinator plot, a bird nesting plot, a place where small animals can live, and so it's a wonderful little place. And again, I should give credit to the bosses here. Joe England does a great job. He's a fantastic man who really takes a lot of pride in that facility too. So kudos to him for all that he's done out there.
And if we can, we talked, Donathan, Mr. Calhoun and I, about the area there behind the football field and what that can look like. And he had mentioned bringing the group in at some point here when the snow's gone and the mud's not knee deep, that we'd like to go down there and you guys maybe put together a plan or maybe even incorporate it in your 25-year
Yeah.
with an amendment or whatever you think's appropriate.
I told you I was going to involve some students. And
Yes,
this
you
will be
did.
one of them.
Yes.
And I've already made some contacts about getting some trees.
Awesome.
So we're moving that right along, faster than the weather is. So
Right.
we'll be ready to go.
Right.
Right.
Well, thank you so much.
you so much.
Yeah, that's very good. Thank you. Good job, guys.
All right. Do we have any comments from the audience this evening? No? All right. So we are going to have a preliminary determination hearing, so I need to get a motion to close the hearing. Becky Humphrey makes the motion, seconded by Becky White. This meeting is adjourned. Oh, all in favor?
We hadn't opened the meeting yet.
She just closed the meeting.
I just closed it.
Oh,
It's
yeah,
closed.
okay, yeah.
All right. Okay, get a motion to open the meeting.
I'll make a
Hearing.
motion to open the hearing.
Becky, seconded by Becky. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. All right. Tonight, we're going to have a preliminary hearing on a proposed bond projects. If anyone is interested in speaking, make sure you sign the sign-in sheet, include your name and address. After a presentation by the administration and its advisors, there'll be an opportunity for the public to make comments about the projects. At this specific hearing, we will ask that each person limit comments to the board's established standards, and the time will be limited to proposed projects under consideration. All right. No one signed up?
Yeah.
All right, Luke, take over?
All right. Good evening, Luke Brugman with Stiefel. We serve
Hi,
as bond
Luke.
underwriter for the school corporation. These slides should look pretty familiar as we went through very similar slides 1 year ago, and you went through a similar process for the 25 bonds. No actions being taken here at the board tonight. This is simply just to gather information and get community feedback on these projects. There will be a slide at the end that there are maximum parameters in there that if you decide to move forward at the March 9th hearing, those numbers will be set forth in resolutions in front of you. Again, no action being taken tonight though. So if you go to the first slide here, the first thing that we always start with anytime we're looking at a new bond issue is what are your current outstanding payments? So you'll see a drop off in payments from 26 to 27, another drop off from 28 to 29 as those 21 bonds retire again a couple years later. And this is really what we like to see whenever we're structuring bond issues. That we want to make sure that we're leaving you capacity for future projects. We know that there's always going to be ongoing needs with the school corporation. So even when we sold the bond issues in 23, 24, 25, we're always trying to plan ahead for what the next couple years could look like. So in 25, we left room in the 2027 payments to get a levy in place by 27. We would need to close on a bond issue by the end of 2026. So if you flip to the next page, this is the current debt service tax fund levy. It's really just the same footprint as what was on the prior page. It just factors in the cash balance that the school corporation has in the debt service fund and some miscellaneous revenue that's received in there. But largely you'll see it follows the same footprint as that outstanding debt payments because that's what makes up the largest portion of the levy. On the next slide, this would be how the proposed $7,210,000 bond issue would be layered into your existing debt service fund levy. So again, you'll see in gray, those are the existing payments. In blue would be the proposed 2026 bonds. So structure these bonds with the goal to maintain your 2026 levy so there's no increases to taxes, but also keep that same footprint going forward as we know there's going to be continual needs that come up. So this would allow you to come back in a couple years if you needed to do projects. This structure is not set in stone by any means. We can shorten up this term a little bit, but I think the main goal here is those two things. We want to make sure we're maintaining the levy and also leaving capacity for future needs that come down the road. We're assuming an interest rate of 5% on these bonds. If you sold bonds today, you're probably at 3.5 or 3.75. So we do feel like we're being conservative right now. Again, this is just the first step in the legal process. So what makes up the $7,210,000? In dark blue there, the large majority is the project fund of $7 million. That's hard and soft project costs. The remaining $210,000 of cost of issuance. That's going to pay all the professionals that go into making your bond issue happen. Likely that's a conservative number too, so any additional leftover dollars would just flow into that larger project fund available for projects for the school corporation. The last slide here is, again, the maximum legal parameters. Once we set these parameters, we cannot go above them, but we can always go below them. So we do try to be conservative in nature since this is the first step. The first couple rows you just saw on the previous page, but a maximum borrowing amount of $7,210,000. That's made up of $210,000 for professional fees and $7 million for hard and soft project costs. Estimated interest rates of 2 to 7%. Again, if we sold the bond today, we're probably at about a 3.75. The maximum term would be 20 years, and the estimated total interest cost on 20 years at 7% interest rate is just over $4.9 million. We'd expect that to be quite a bit less. Maximum annual payment that you can make in any given year would be $1,250,000. Of course, you're not going to make that over 20 years. That is just the maximum that you can make in any given year. But if you simply divide that by your net assessed value, you get a maximum tax rate impact of 20 cents, 0.2004. But as we showed in the previous charts, you have debt falling off. We're able to structure this without increasing your debt service levy, and that's highlighted there on that last slide as no increase to your 26 debt service levy. Some additional information at the bottom, again, that you'll see in the resolutions at the March meeting. Max annual payments as a percentage of your net assessed value is 0.56%. And the direct and overlapping debt as a percentage of your net assessed value is just taking into account all the municipal entities, all their property tax debt, plus yours as a percentage of your net assessed value, and that's 3.57%. So that's all I have. I'm happy to answer any questions that the administration or the board has.
That's the number one question. You said it, but just put it in plain terms.
Yep.
Yeah.
Tax neutral.
Correct. Yep.
Want to make sure that's said?
No tax increases.
I know it's said, but I just want to put it in plain terms.
I
Plain
agree, I
terms.
agree. And you got that noted. It's in the minutes. There you go.
All right. Any questions?
So the direct and overlapping debt, the last line, that's including other entities?
County, city, library, everyone involved, their property tax debt and yours as a percentage of your net assessed value.
As a percent of just our school district's net assessed value?
That's correct, yep.
Okay. All right, thank you.
Luke, thank you so much for
you so
taking the
much.
trip
You're
down,
welcome.
brother. We appreciate it. You can go ahead and take out, we got a long drive home, we know.
I appreciate it. Good to see everyone again.
See you.
And no one has signed up to speak? Okay. Thank you. Again, no board action is legally required at this hearing. It's just solely to hear public comment. Continue to work with the administration and the professionals to look for efficiencies to conserve tax dollars while meeting our educational needs. The second public hearing will be March 9th, 2026 at 6:30 p.m. All right. Can I have a motion to close hearing? I'll make the motion to close. Becky Humphrey makes the motion, seconded by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Can I get a motion to reopen the meeting?
So moved.
Brett Minton makes the motion, seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Meeting open. All right. Routine matters. Approved minutes of the executive and regular session of the January 12th, 2026 school board meeting.
So moved.
Becky White makes a motion,
I'll second.
seconded by Rodney Bruff. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Approval of amended agenda.
Make a motion.
Ty Sweeney makes the motion, seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Approved claims to date.
I'll make the motion.
Bruff makes the motion,
I'll second.
seconded by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. I'm going to read all of these together in regards to the approval. Well, no, I'm not. Approval of personnel and ECA recommendations. Wanda Day, retirement from SCS bus driver, effective 1/23/26. Nicole Perlee, girls varsity assistant track coach. Rebecca Marquand, resignation from SCS bus driver, effective 1/30/2026. Shelley Smith, non-certified retirement buyout at the end of the 2026 school year. Julie Snyder, non-certified retirement buyout at the end of the 2026 school year. And Roger Pennington for head football coach.
I'll make that motion.
All right, Ty Sweeney makes the motion.
I'll second.
Seconded by Rodney Bruff. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Roger, welcome. I guess welcome back, welcome officially, welcome. So, thankful for
Yeah,
you
just
being
say
here
that,
and
4 years ago this year, I graduated from Salem High School. And I 40
Ish.
4 years this year. So this is my 40th year back here. And so it's come full circle, and I'm really honored to be named the 11th head coach in the history of Salem football. And I want to thank the selection committee, Dr. Gooden, Assistant Superintendent Dean, Athletic Director Whedon, Principal Setzer, and the school board members for making this process run really smooth. It went about as well as I could expect. Really enjoyed the time I got to spend with them, and they did their due diligence, guys, I will tell you. They definitely vetted all the candidates. I'm really honored to have been selected. Salem football is on a launching pad. We are ready to take off, and the commitment level from this administration is unlike any I've seen, and I've been around here for a long time. So I'm excited for the future. It's going to be a culture change in some aspects, so you'll see some of the new things, or some of the things we've done in the past will stay the same, but we're going to make some changes too. So really excited to hit the ground running. We'll have a staff meeting on Wednesday night. Some of my staff's here. We have an aggressive year planned here to get our football program. We're gonna make changes from the high school level down through the middle school down to the youth. So once again, I can't thank you enough, and appreciate this opportunity.
I am going to again read these together. Donations. Consider approval of a donation to Salem Middle School for $250 from Salem Lumber for the 8th grade Washington, D.C. shirts. Consider approval of a donation to Salem Middle School for $250 from John Jones Auto Group for the 8th grade Washington, D.C. shirts. Consider approval of the following donations to Salem High School. Salem Lions News Network, $501.60 from the Washington County Community Foundation Donor Advised Grant for the YMCA for the live stream sponsor. Band, $100 from Roseanne Quattro's Art Gives Back program. Disney Club, $2,021.40 from United Health Group matching donation program Heather Applegate for the spring Disney trip. Can I get a motion? Rodney Bruff makes the motion.
Second.
Seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Action items. I'm going to read these field trip ones all together as well. Consider an out-of-state field trip to the Louisville Zoo for the first grade class, Louisville, Kentucky, on April 30th, 2026. Consider approval of an out-of-state field trip to Louisville, Kentucky for the Farm and Machinery Show for FFA on February 13th, 2026. Consider approval of an out-of-state field trip for the Science Club to Newport Aquarium, Newport, Kentucky, on April 6th, 2026. Consider approval of an out-of-state field trip to Louisville, Kentucky, the Yum Center for the Bible Club to attend a concert on March 7th, 2026. Consider approval of an out-of-state field trip to Louisville, Kentucky, Freedom Hall for the Bible Club to attend a concert on March 19th, 2026. Consider approval of an overnight field trip for the BPA Club on March 8th, 10th through the 10th, 2026 to the BPS State Leadership Conference.
Make a motion.
Ty Sweeney makes the motion,
I'll second.
seconded by Rodney Bruff. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of the following policies. Do I just read the number?
Yeah, you can
Okay.
take the numbers. We read them last month.
Okay. First one is number 6152, student fees and charges. And the second one is 8451, pediculosis, head lice. Okay. All right. Can I get a motion? Brent Minton makes the motion, seconded by Rodney Bruff. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of payment by U.S. Bank in Indianapolis from the 2021 bond to Sullivan's Concrete Coating for the BSC gym floor.
I'll make the motion.
Becky Humphrey makes the motion,
I'll second.
seconded by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of a payment by U.S. Bank in Indianapolis from the 2025 bond to Toavine SMS Scoreboard, Salem Title for bond work, and Tom Cyphers for bond work as well.
I'll make the motion.
Rodney Bruff makes the motion.
I'll second.
Seconded by Becky White. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of a payment by U.S. Bank in Indianapolis from the 2021 bond to Microanalytics Incorporated for the asbestos removal and disposal from the BSC gym.
I'll make the motion.
Becky White makes the motion, seconded by Ty Sweeney. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval of bid proposal for the roofing projects at BSC, SMS, and SHS.
I'll make the motion.
Rodney Bruff makes the motion.
I'll second.
Seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Consider approval to obsolete 500 nonfiction books that are outdated. The books will be donated or recycled as requested by Lori Hazlip, the Salem Community School Corporation librarian.
I'll make the motion.
Ty Sweeney makes the motion. Seconded by Brent Minton. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. Fundraiser, BSC Elementary, Room 110, grades 3 through 5, multi-cat selling autism acceptance shirts from February 10th to March 6th, 2026.
So moved.
Becky White makes the motion.
Second.
Seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. Motion passes 6-0. All right, items from staff? No? All right. Any non-action items? Okay. New board business? No? All right, positive praises. All right, Ty, we'll start with you and
SHS choir had 5 students participate in the solo ensemble. I believe that was it yesterday, I think?
Saturday.
It was Saturday, right. So they came home with 4 golden, I believe it's, 4 gold medals and then 1 silver. So shout out to them. And then I believe junior Ryder Wilson, he competed on Saturday for a position at the Indiana BPA state officer. And I believe he made it to the final round, is it?
So, yeah.
As I say, yeah. So shout out to him. So. And I will say one last thing. We've had a lot of teachers rallying around John Haven, so I just appreciate you all, and I know that his family appreciates it too. We're once again the community showing out for him, and I appreciate that. So.
All right, Brett.
Choir, LaCoya Dixon and Elizabeth Chambers both received gold and qualified for the state, so they'll be participating at state level. The band also participated in solo and ensemble competition. There were 7 middle school and 11 high school students who had great performances, where they had 7 golds and 4 silvers. And then they had some students that qualified for the state competition. There was a brass quintet of Ian Beister, Elijah Coates, Raywin Perry, Audrey Bauer, and Larry Kay. French horn solo, Raywin Perry, and a piccolo solo by Hannah Brown. Just want Salem Lady Lions basketball team, maybe the season didn't turn out quite like they did, but I tell you what, if you went to watch them play, those girls didn't quit. They played hard every night, that they went out, and that's a testament not only to them, but also to their coach. They're well coached. So I wanted to shout out there. Salem High School Drama Club will be presenting the Susical, the musical Junior Snow Days, end of February, beginning of March. The boys swim team finished 3rd in the Mid-Southern Conference, so that's a great accomplishment there. Also going back to Lady Lions, Kinsley Hollowell on her record with the most 3-pointers in a season.
For a freshman?
As a freshman. Salem wrestling team, county champs. And then this is not necessarily school-wise, but Mosier Chiropractic and Lynx Clothing for being civic-minded and always giving back to our schools. So shout out to them too.
I want to make sure he was done.
I've got others, but go ahead.
Okay. I want to also, since we have Roger Pennington here, he actually got some of the football boys over the snow and did some driveways and did some great things for our community. I appreciate that, Roger, and your whole team. And this was before you even had the announcement of being the coach of the Salem Lions football. And but you already had that drive in you, and of course the guys came up with the idea of let's do this, and they don't even realize that they were getting some good workout, right? I think I talked to you and you said you were very sore afterwards. A little different, and yeah. But anyway, so I really appreciate that, and I think that goes with what a wonderful example for our young men to see everybody out there helping out. Also. I want to remind everybody I'll be doing the prom dress giveaway the last Sunday of this month. I believe it's the 22nd of February. And we're still taking donations. If anybody got prom dresses they'd like to donate, I'll take them anytime. And we are looking forward to it. Got some beautiful dresses, and I know that to some it's hard to think about prom, but I think these girls start thinking about their dress January 1st. So they've been asking about it. So we're going to do it February 22nd. It'll be at the high school. Again, Joey England does a fantastic job letting this and taking care of us. So we hope everybody wants to come out from noon to 2 on the 22nd for a prom dress. So, and then I have to read also, during our time like this, we realize how much our friends and relatives mean to us. Your expressions of sympathy will always be remembered. The family of Larry Bruff.
Shout out to the Brady Shrum staff, the organizers of the snow ball. The pictures and the videos of the kids were great. So, yes. And then also to Pam Berry for her celebrating her Polar Day. They had all kinds of different activities that they did while learning. So I just thought that was neat.
The one that grabbed my attention was the kazoo day. It's like, who knew there was a kazoo day? All right, Rodney.
I listened to the kazoo, so I actually got on there and listened to it, so it was cool. The Zenzer kids are great, and what Mr. Calhoun and Seth does, man, Mr. Calhoun's going to be, that's a huge place to fill. He's like an icon here. He was one of my football coaches, and I wasn't the greatest chemistry student, but he was a great teacher. But what he does with those kids, and there's a lot of others. The Kelly girl, she's in environmental science. The Walker girl's in environment. There's a lot of people that's went on to do great things through that. And then Wanda Day, who's leaving as a bus driver. That's those, our school doesn't run without cooks, custodians, and bus drivers. And Wanda's done it for a long time, and that's going to be another tough one to fill as well. So we thank her so much for our service, and congratulations, Roger. Roger does a lot of things other than just, shoveling snow. He's been a firefighter, EMT, paints. He painted my house, and I should get like a commission because people come and sit across the road from my house, and then they'll come up and say, "What color is that? Who painted your brick?" and all this other stuff. So he paints too, and everything else. We wish y'all luck. Caleb and Noah, that's here too, is two assistants that do a great job, and congratulations to all you guys.
All right, Luke, do you have anything?
I was going to hit choir, band, wrestling. I will say girls basketball as well, just from start to finish, like you said, they was drastically improved. I was impressed by that. One thing that wasn't mentioned was last week was Counselor Appreciation Week. They do a tremendous amount for our kids in our schools, and we appreciate them.
All right, Terry, you got anything?
All the above, and thanks to the parents, the students, and the teachers, and everyone else that helped make our snow days successful educational learning opportunities.
Well, I think everything that I had been pretty much hit. One thing I do want to say is just the media, with all the articles that they're putting out about staff and things that are going on, they're really doing a great job with that, of getting the word out. One thing that's heavy on our hearts is just Sean Haven, and just our prayers are with him, and actually have a prayer service here in just a little bit for him. So just, I'm so thankful for a community that shows up for one another and loves each other well, through the good and the hard. So just, thankful for the support that John and Elizabeth and their family has received. And I'm just always proud of Salem and how we show up and the things that we do from top to bottom. All right, our next regular monthly.
Allison, can I say something too about Julie Snyder retiring and Shelley Smith? Those two are very much pillars that we're going to miss too. I just felt I should have mentioned them. I'm sorry I didn't, but.
Well, Shelley's everywhere.
Yeah.
And the concession stand and smiling and encouraging kids. And, she's like Criminal Minds Penelope Garcia with her little things that make her smile sitting around her desk and, remembering random days, to bring in for things. And
Also, I got to apologize to Jennifer. I just wanted to get that Purdue thing in there because I beat them in basketball too. And I'm sorry about that.
You got to throw that in there.
Is that really an apology?
I don't know.
Right. All right. If I can get next meeting is, what did I say, March 9th? March 9th?
I'll make the motion.
Becky White makes a motion to close.
I'll second.
Seconded by Becky Humphrey. All in favor, raise your right hand. This meeting is adjourned.